I understand. Don't worry. Okay, Henry, so we are waiting for your partners to arrive. And meanwhile, um, I would like you to please fill out the information, okay? Fill out the information that I put in the chat. I don't know if you saw the information in the chat, the name, interest.
I have to I have to run my computer. Yes. Okay.
Okay, all right,
In
no
2 minutes.
problem. So
Okay.
if you want, we can do it this way. Listen, I am going to ask you the questions, all right?
Okay.
I can ask you the questions and I fill out the information for you. All right? All right, no problem. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to open the information too.
Okay.
Where are you from, Henry?
I'm from Armenia, but now I'm living in Cucuta.
Now you live in Cucuta. Okay. And why Cucuta?
Because my father he working with making furnitures,
Mm-hmm.
and they had the opportunity to come to Cucuta in order to work. So it
Yeah.
was when I was a child.
Okay. So yeah, you were very little by then.
Yes,
Okay.
because in that time I was living in Ibagué. I had been living in Ibagué, Armenia, Manizales, and
Mm-hmm.
finally Cucuta.
And finally Cucuta. Okay. Henry, what is your full name?
My full name is Henry Carrillo Burgos.
Henry Carrillo. Carrillo?
Carrillo, sí.
Carrillo
Burgos, Burgos.
Burgos. Okay. Henry, how old are you?
I am 51 years old.
And what is your occupation?
Now I am working as a teacher in a high school in Villa del Rosario. It's near from Cucuta. It's about 10 minutes.
English teacher? English?
English teacher, yes.
In a high school. That's very good because that way you can practice everything that you are learning at the university. That's great. What is your English level in this moment?
I mean, I don't know. I take an exam in 2012 and in sometimes B1, A2 because in that time I take an exam that it was I don't know if you remember that you say I speak English. Do you
Mhm.
remember that?
Yes. Yes, I took that exam too. Eh,
I
Henry,
but I think that I am in level B2. I think, but I have to take an exam in order
yeah, you
to.
have to take another exam. But what about the university? What
Um,
level are
and
you doing at the
so
university right now?
I mean, I have been talking with other teachers, but they told me maybe Henry, I think that you are in level B2 according to that you can express to think to say about that, no? But I have to
Yeah.
take an exam.
No, yes, but I'm asking like what level of like what English class are you taking right now at the university?
Intermediate English and advanced English one.
Okay, so I'm going to write here advanced English 1. Better.
Advanced English one and intermediate English.
And intermediate English. Okay. And what are your interests? What do you like to do?
And to interest to in order to prepare for the Cepto test because I know that I have to prepare before that. I want that I get well score, no? So I don't know how is the exam, the characteristics of the test, no?
Oh, okay, I'm going to help you with that. Okay, so it says here attitude and aptitude. I really don't know what to put here, but I see that you have a good attitude and aptitude, so I'm gonna leave it empty. What are your expectations?
My expectation is maybe what a new maybe words or topics. I don't know. Maybe to
Learn new
find
words?
new words or new topics to to practice. No.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Okay, I got everything ready, so now we can start. Um, Henry,
Yes.
today we are going to work on reading, okay?
Okay. And so I have to use the computer, or I can read in my cell phone.
I don't know if it's okay. If you have no problem working on your cell phone, you can read from there. For me, it's okay. All right?
Okay. Okay, teacher.
Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is a review of what is the exam because you just told me that you don't know much about the exam. So I want to put you into the context. The SEPTO exam,
Um,
yes?
and they told me that in order to take the Cepto exam, I had to approve 120 credits, no?
Yes.
This year, I suppose I don't fail any course. I will get the 75% of the my courses.
Okay. All right, all right. So the SEPTO exam is divided in two parts. Okay. The first part is the reading, grammar, and vocabulary exam. And then the second part is an interview with a tutor from the university where you are going to be evaluated on speaking and writing. Okay.
Uh,
So you're going to have an interview and then you have to write about a specific topic that they give you. So you have to be very logical in what you write. Okay?
yeah.
All right. So that's the SEPTO test. And today, as I said, we're going to be working on the reading part. So I'm going to share, one second. I'm going to share this activity with you.
I
Okay.
was thinking that Cepto maybe it's like a IFS quiz, no? But is focused with the university, no?
Yeah, but I think it's,
But it's not international exam, no?
no, 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 it's not.
Right.
It's only for the university.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, let me know if you can see the screen.
For now is great.
Okay, let's wait a little bit.
Yes, yes, I can see. I can see, teacher.
Where it says, Black Hollywood.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so the title of this reading is Black Hollywood, and it
Yeah.
is a multiple choice activity. It is reading. Okay, before we start, let me explain something. We have two kinds of reading activities. We have literal reading and we have inferential reading. This is a literal reading activity. Okay,
Yes.
so let's start reading, please.
Okay. And when Cecilia leaves college in Texas,
Oh,
she has.
but there's something before that. Do you see Patricia Denning?
Yes, but it appears your picture and in the screen, they you cover some words.
You have to move it.
Yes.
You can move
Ah,
it?
No?
No?
Ah, yes. But, move a little to the right. Well, okay. Patricia Denning stars in sad movie about ambition and her through. I don't see the other word. When
Heart.
Cecilia leaves, um, well, when Cecilia leaves college in Texas, she has everything a wonderful. mm, a wonderful. I don't see the final words.
A
Car.
wonderful boyfriend.
Okay, teacher. An interesting job and an experienced house is a pretty town. Her life is perfect. Even her black Labrador dog, Perky, is a star. Is a star. He wins the local dog competition, and Hollywood wants to put him in a movie. And Cecilia goes to Hollywood with him and leaves her boyfriend alone back home. When the studio when the studio fires Perky, Cecilia decides to stay in Hollywood and tries to get other movie roles for the beautiful dog. Carl gives Cecilia an ultimatum: come home and stop behaving crazily, or stay there forever. Cecilia decides to stay in Hollywood and wants to become an actress herself. She sends Perkit back to Texas and starts an acting course. After 6 months, Cecilia realizes she can't act and she misses home. But it's too late. Carl has found another girlfriend. Cecilia tries to win him back and also discovers a lot about herself on her long journey. This is a very sad movie which makes you think about what he wants from life. Patricia Denning is very convincing as Cecilia, but she star of the movie is Georgios Perkin, the Black Labrador who steals our hearts. Black Hollywood is on cinemas from next week.
All right, very good. So let's start with the first question.
What does Cecilia now have? A house she loves, a wonderful husband, uh, um, a great job.
A great job. Okay. Let's see. Let's continue with the second question.
When does her wonderful advertising begin? When her dog wins a competition, when she marries her boyfriend Carl, when she goes on vacation in Hollywood, when she buys the house at the town. Um, um, when her dog wins a competition.
Okay. Number three.
What happens to Turkey in Hollywood? I don't remember.
Do you
Uh,
want to look at the reading again?
uh, yes, give me a yes, teacher, give me the option. Okay, teacher.
All right. So what would be the answer?
Okay. The answer is B, the second.
He becomes a star.
Let's start.
Okay. And number four.
What Carl's reaction on Cecilia living in Hollywood? Uh, This is a wise conversation to Cecilia living in Hollywood. He doesn't know she went. He is angry. He's angry.
She's she's angry. He's
Second,
he's
he's
angry.
angry. He's angry, no? He's
Okay.
angry because she went and he gets another girlfriend. Why does Cecilia stay in Hollywood? She wants to become an actress. A, the first, the first one.
Okay, very good. Okay, ready to check the answers to see if we were right or wrong?
Okay.
Okay, let's mark the answers. Okay, so we have three three correct answers and two correct ones. Ouch, what happened? Let's check.
Correct
Let's
three.
Yeah, correct 3 and incorrect 2. Let's check what happened to the incorrect ones. Don't worry. We're going to go to the first one, number 1. It says, what does Cecilia not have? And you marked D and the answer was B. She doesn't have a wonderful husband. Okay, remember that
Yes.
she had a boyfriend. Yes,
Yes.
she has a boyfriend, but she left him, okay? Although Henry, to be very honest with you,
Yes.
I agree with your answer.
Mm.
I agree with your answer because she doesn't have a great job either, right?
Yes, but in the test mentioned that get a boyfriend, but she is not married, no?
Exactly.
Mm.
Okay. What happened to Perky in Hollywood? The answer was A. He isn't very successful. Remember that? Look here, it says in the second line,
Let's
in the
see,
second paragraph. He says that when the studio fires Perky,
yeah,
yes, she decides to try another role. So then she decides to try to get more movies for him, but she tries. She doesn't get more
yeah.
movies for him. Okay, very good. But that was a good try. All right, you did a very good job. Don't worry. So,
Okay,
as you can see, literal reading activities, you can find the answer directly from the text.
yes,
Now, we're going to try a higher level, Henry, of reading comprehension, which is the inferential reading. And this is not very easy. This is, the truth, it's kind of difficult, but I know that you can do it. Let's pay a lot of attention to this text here. It's a short text.
yes.
Can you see where it says on August 3rd?
And now I can see the test, no? Okay.
On August 3, 1492. When you see it, you can start reading from there, please.
But and by in the cell phone, I think very small the letters. Um, Teacher is there. The cell phone I can see.
Yes,
I I have to connect my computer.
it's okay. I think it's better. So what I'm gonna do, What I'm gonna do right now, Henry, is that I'm going to send you the link to the chat so that you can open it in your computer. All right?
Ah, okay. Okay,
So I'm,
teacher.
so I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay. I am turning on my computer in case a little
It's okay.
because I didn't remember this date. You know, I was doing my duties at home because today is Saturday and it's the time when everybody can do everything at home. No.
Yeah, computers are very important, right?
Yes. Yes. This section is every week, no? But I have to register every week, no?
Yes. For example, I have already given speaking. I have given, well, speaking and writing an activity. I have given grammar and vocabulary as well. And today I'm giving now reading.
Ah, okay. Reading and speaking.
hmm
Mm. I have been working in a high school for about more than 12 years, teacher.
Wow, that's great. And in the same high school?
No, in different high schools.
Okay, different high schools. But that's very good. And right now you're in what semester?
8.
Eight. Wow, you're almost about to finish.
Yes.
So that means that next semester you're gonna start doing the practices.
Yes. For that, I have to register in this week about the pre-practice, no?
Yes. And I imagine that you're going to do your practices at your school, right?
Uh, I don't know how.
Well,
Uh, Maybe.
let me tell you something. The first thing you have to do is that you have to go to the university
Yes.
and you have to talk with a tutor at the university, okay?
Okay.
Why?
Yes.
Because your school has to send some documentation.
Yes.
Let me give me 1 second.
Okay.
Um, your school has to send the university some documentation. So go to the university before and ask them what documents you have to ask your school to send in order for you to present the practices there. This is
Okay.
very, very important. Why?
o-
Because the university is going to send you a list of schools where you can do the practice. They
Okay.
send you a list. And so you talk with them and you say, hey, I work at this school, so if for me, it's easier if I can do the practices here, blah blah blah. Okay, you talk with them, and you take those documents. You take the list to your school and ask them if they can send these documents, and if they can, you immediately take them to the university as soon as you have them, so that the university can approve your school, yes, for the
Yeah.
practices. Listen, there are some schools that do like individual practices. Let me explain. In this case, maybe your school doesn't want to have more people doing their practices there, only you. So it
Yeah.
can be an individual contract, like only for you. Okay, you
Yeah.
can do that. But you have to talk at the university, because if you don't talk, believe me, they're not they you can find some troubles, yes, to do it.
Mm,
Okay, so do it on time. All right, Henry, are you ready? Do you have the
ah,
reading activity open?
okay. Let me see. I to connect. The link. Yes, I see. Let me.
Yes, I sent the link through Skype.
For example, in the mornings I work in the high school. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he pays me everything. But in
Yeah.
the afternoon, I work in another high school to teach in English from 6th level to 9th level. But it's a little school. I only work 3 hours per day for two for 4 days a week. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I prefer what the school in the mornings or in the afternoon, who's
I
better?
think I think the one in the morning would be better, because they already pay you everything, and because they might have all the documentation. But just in case that school can't help you, you can ask the one in the afternoon.
Mm. Yeah, because but I don't see the reading.
Hmm. Okay. You don't see the reading?
I am looking for, but I don't see.
Give me 1 second, Henry.
Ahorita, Paula sent a link, by send a reading comprehension. Dice crash. Okay, let me see. Dice crash course. Dice the prices, buy now, login, but no more. Teacher.
I'm going to send the link again. Don't worry.
Yes, I don't know. I continue working the same school because sometimes the contracts finish on November, no? Although in November the head teacher or the principal says, "Okay, teacher, you have to continue the next year." I suppose to know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see that you saw the message. You can open. You click where it says reading comprehension, and it opens the website. You just
Okay,
click there.
okay. Cast crash course is in yes. You carry teacher, and I see my screen. Uh, okay. And it's, okay, reincarnation and it's saying first question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I have to read, teacher.
Yes,
Uh,
you must read.
okay, direction for question. And read the passage and answer the question based on it. On August 3rd, 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail from Palos, Spain, with less than 100 crew members to discover a new route to Asia. After spending a difficult time at sea, the party seized land early on the morning on October 12, 1492. They set foot on an island in the Bahamas, which they named El Salvador. Columbus presumed that the indigenous people were native Indians, as he was under the mistaken belief that he had set foot on Indian soil. Probably some 10 million American Indians were natives to the land before the large-scale inhabitation by Europeans and subsequent inhabitation of Native Americans started. However, it took more than 100 years after Columbus discovered America for the Europeans to finally take the momentous decision to make a new world their home. The Native Americans actually welcomed to pale skinned visitors primarily out of curiosity than anything else. They were fascinated by the steel knives and swords, fire-spewing cannons, brass and copper utensils, etc. That these visitors brought with them. Eventually, cultural differences erupted. The natives couldn't stomach the arrogance of newcomers and the scant respect they paid to the nature. The European settlers viewed every resource, plants, animals, and peoples, and something to be commercially exploited. The native Indians were vastly outnumbered in the wars that ensued. The resistance they put up never proved enough to stop the European settlers. The nomadic lifestyles of the Indians, the relatively unsophisticated weapons at their disposal, the unwillingness of some of their own people to defend themselves, and the diseases of the white men all contributed to the virtual elimination of the race. Some of the diseases brought by Europeans from the overcrowded sites that decimate the natives were smallpox, plague, measles, cholera, typhoid, and malaria. These deadly diseases, to which most natives have developed no resistance, devastated many tribes between 1775 and 180. America was named after an Italian navigator, Amerigo Vespucci, who explored the northern parts of South America in 1499 and 1500, and later announced to the world about the discovery of a new continent.
Okay. So now let's start with the first question.
Okay. The primary purpose of the passage is to disprove the notion to America was named after Columbus, provide a snapshot of the discovery of America and early years to settlements, explain how the Europeans eliminated Native Americans in their own land, discuss how the process of colonization in America started, to tell about the American Indians. Let me see. The primary purpose of the passage is to um, um, D, for me, D, discuss how the process of colonization of America started.
Okay, so let's click on the blue button where it says answer and explanation to see if your answer is right or wrong.
I don't, you can see me, teacher.
Yeah, I can see you.
I give on the bottom bar. Ah, yes, 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 yes. It opens. Answer option B. The primary purpose of the passage to give brief account to discover America and the early years of settlement. Ah, okay, teacher.
Yeah, it doesn't discuss how or how was the process of colonization. No.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, you have to be careful because this is inferential reading, so you need to concentrate a lot, okay? Let's read number 2.
Okay. From the passage, we can infer that in comparison to Europeans, Native Americans were a very unhealthy lot. For me, no? For me, B. Okay, I give B.
A very unhealthy lot.
Yes.
Okay, check your answer.
See, from the third paragraph, we can make out of the
I
they were.
think that you were confusing. You were talking about the Europeans, and the question is Native Americans were.
The American were. Ah, yes.
So it says that we can infer that in comparison to the
Yes.
Europeans, Native Americans were, okay, and yes, they were very respectful of nature. And they didn't like that the Europeans didn't take care of Mother Nature. Okay, number 3, be
I will.
careful. Remember to read slowly. There is no rush.
Okay. We can be inferred from the third paragraph. The Native Americans, the Native Americans didn't have any weapons with which to defend themselves. The Native Americans probably attached a lot of importance to respect nature. The Native Americans didn't know how to use natural resources. The early settlers became arrogant as they could commercially exploit resources. The Native Americans didn't know the art of making utensils. I can read again, teacher, the
Yes,
paragraph.
of course. And it's very important to do that. In inferential reading, the difference is that you have to read very deeply.
Okay, teacher.
You have to understand the main idea of the paragraph.
Okay, teacher. Indian web. That's it. And they choose no no. Considerations. Mm, The Native Americans, they are not that like Indians. For me, I select um, the ocean is
The ocean.
for me. Hey, teacher. Was
Okay, let's check. A. We're in question number three, right?
yes, teacher.
Okay. What does it say? B. Okay, let me explain something. Henry, don't worry. This is practicing, okay? The first option that you said A cannot be the answer because the question says what can be inferred. When we are asked inferred, it means that it is not explicit in the text. It is not explicit. And in the text, they say that they didn't have weapons. So it is not something that we infer. It is something that the text says. So look what it says here. The Native Americans probably attached. Okay?
Yes,
Why? Because probably is telling me that we don't know. The text didn't tell me. But I think that I can infer this information from what I read.
yes,
Okay? I told you that this is a higher level of
yes.
reading. Don't worry. Let's go to question number 4. I think this is the last, yeah, this is the last question.
Okay. Based on the information in the passage, which of the following cannot be inferred? Alien diseases wipe out a large proportion of the certain Native American tribes. The early settlers totally eliminate the Native Americans. And to the early settlers, even people were resources to be exploited commercially. Mm. There are two options. Nice.
Yeah, two options.
Based on information on the passage with the following cannot be inferred. Adding diseases without a large proportion of the North American tribes. The early settlers totally eliminate the Native Americans. The early settlers, even people were resources to be exploited commercially. For me, I select the ocean,
Which one?
the ocean is C, 1 and 2. I select C, no?
Okay, let's see. 1 and 2.
Okay, I have to give the answer, yes?
Yeah, you have to check the answer. Okay. No, it says the answer is B. Yes, because we're talking about, it says, based on the information in the passage, which of the following cannot be inferred. Okay, so it says here, the early settlers totally
Ah,
eliminated.
there was a mistake. Cannot. Uh,
Yeah,
me,
remember
my
that
mind can
you
be.
have to be very, very careful. You have to be
Yes,
very careful because when you are reading inferentially, you have to pay attention to every word, okay?
yes.
All right.
I have to read a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave you here an activity of reading. Give me 1 second. Let me look for it. Okay.
The Cepto test in what months the students have to take the quiz.
No, that is according to each university. So I don't know. You're in Cucuta, right?
But it's only the university do once a year, or maybe there are different dates for that.
I really don't know. I think it's once a year or twice a year. I'm not very sure.
Sometimes I have gone to university here, but by many times I didn't find the 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 principal teacher of the in church in the English career. She is not always there. She's not always there.
Mm-hmm. It's difficult to find her. Well, you have to go once and again and again. You have to go many times. All right. Henry, I am going to write in the chat, send you in the chat. This is a reading activity, another one, but you are going to do it yourself. It's a little bit easier.
Okay. Clean water. Oh, the pages. Okay. Okay. Joshua Hutch collapsed in a seat. Joshua Hutch collapsed in a seat of the Café du Monde restaurant in New Orleans. He put his head on his hands, and let out a deep sigh. Joshua had come to New Orleans to do public service. He had come up with the idea to develop a play for children affected by Hurricane Katrina. And he had secured a modest grant from the government to do so. But he hadn't accounted for the major hindrance he would face. Blistering heat in August with no clean water to drink, buying water for his crew of 38 volunteers 2 weeks on end would be far too expensive to do on his short-term budget, and he had no one to turn to on such short notice for help. Russia feared he would have to close out the production and return home. As he sipped a glass of soda, he found it ironic that water, which flooded this city and left many residents without homes or hope, would now be his downfall as he tried to spread the joy of theater to his children. Hello, Sarah. A man at the table next to him said, "What brings you to New Orleans?" Joshua shook his head later, and he would find it amusing that his man knew just by looking that Joshua was not a local, for now he was just tired and irritated. "Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I've had a bad day," Joshua said. "I don't much feel like talking." "What brings you to town?" the man said pleasantly. Joshua grudgingly talked a bit about his work as a theater director in Manhattan and his dream to bring a top fight play to the children of New Orleans. The next day, as Joshua left a blazing hot outdoor studio, he noticed the same man from the restaurant, parked on the street and chucked at a puffy white-haired, framed his dark face, making him look almost sensitive. "Look, sir, what do you want? To help? How? What do you need?" What I really need is to clear water. That's all I need. Roshan turned and walked away. He had been rude, he knew, but he is so frustrated by his problem, by this problem. When he arrived back at this hotel room that evening, the front desk clerk handed Joshua an markable envelope. Inside was a check for $2,000. The memo line read for water. Joshua was a Pragyarshin who was this man as he pondered his good fortune, the phone man in his hotel room. Will the guests use some water? A voice said on the other end. Ah, yeah, yes, it will. Joshua said, thank you so much for your generosity. My wife and I would like to take you to dinner. Joshua couldn't refuse. This man was his savior, and his security had gotten the best of him, who was this benefactor. At dinner, Etienne Franchon and his wife, Adelaide formally introduced themselves. Mr. Francon never graduated from high school but inherited 5 acres of land from his father upon his death. For years, Mr. Franklin grew cucumbers on the land, barely making a living. One day, a neighbor offered Franklin a bag of money. The mystical Franklin would let him bury 3 old tracks at the back of his property. Mr. Franklin took the bag and agreed. Later, he couldn't believe how much money was in the bag. I asked for letting him bury some tracks. The next morning, Mr. Franklin said he woke up because the consumers of his land and converted the 5 acres into a waste management facility. He is now one of the New Orleans few multimillionaires. So I have all this money now and I live to help others, said Franklin. That is why I help you. Okay.
Ready for the questions?
Which verb describes Joshua's mood at the beginning of the passage? Tired and vindictive, angry and conniving, I don't know, fancy and high strung, frustrated and overwhelmed. I began that the ocean is being tired and vindictive because
Tired?
see, because at the beginning he fell down his head, and maybe I suppose that he was tired. Mm, for me, the ocean
At the beginning, we learned that Joshua wants to do a public service project, but he
yes,
cannot complete it because it is extremely hot out and he cannot afford to provide water to the volunteers. So to be overwhelmed by something is to be taken over by it. Okay. So A is not the correct one because it says here, while Jaya may be tired from trying to figure out what to do, he is not seeking revenge. And the word vindictive means revenge, means seeking revenge. Yes? The
yes,
word vindictive, vindictive means that you are seeking revenge. Okay, so you are right in the word tired. Yes, it's true. He is tired, but he is not seeking revenge.
yes, teacher.
So let's look for another one.
Which of the following best describe Joshua's mood after he gets the check?
Wait, Henry, but we don't know the answer of number one yet.
Ah, A. Ah,
No,
no,
because he is not vindictive.
for me, angry. Angry because he dying.
Angry and conniving, but what is conniving? Conniving says, Conniving says that something secretly plotting.
Uh, Entonces, maybe devotion is deep, frustrating, and overwhelming because um,
Yes.
I go for the teacher. I go
Yes,
for
the
the
answer is D. The answer is D because
because
he
it's
is
frustrating,
he
no?
is
It was frustrating. How that?
okay, Henry, unfortunately we're going to have to stop there because it's already 10:04 and I have another class at this time. I'm going to
Okay,
leave
teacher.
you the reading. I'm going to leave you the reading for you to analyze. The answers are below, so you
And to
can check the answers. Okay?
and to know the new words, I have to put in practice the new words because
Yeah.
always I have to practice the old words, but I have to practice the new vocabulary in order
Mm.
to be better, no?
Yes, of course, to improve your vocabulary skills. Okay. Thank you so much for attending the class, Henry.
Okay. Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
I'm glad to meet you. Okay, teacher.
Nice to meet you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.